God in the equation, when we involve him in the middle of what we're doing, the thing is what happens is that we automatically change our definition of success. I think in collaboration and in networking, I think we have an idea of what success is, but God has a whole different idea of success. To him, obedience to what he's called us to do is ultimate success. God has called us to be obedient. God has called us to do what he wants us to do. And when we're obedient to the call of God and to the grace of God upon our lives, we will be successful, no matter what that looks like. And so I think that's super huge in engaging whether God's involved. The last thing is I think that true networking and true collaboration should produce something. I think sometimes it's easy to get around and just bat around some good ideas and just say, hey, let's do this. Yeah, someday I'd like to do this. But when you really start to say, hey, how can we accomplish this? How can we do something to make Jesus famous in our city and in our culture and in our world? What can we do to make a difference with the influence that God has given us? Because I believe that God has given each of us a measure of influence, and it's our responsibility to say, God, how can we use that? How can we leverage the influence that you have given us to bring glory and honor to your name? And the end result of that is that we should produce something that can help people, that can help grow people, that can propel people into a relationship with Christ in a much deeper and a more profound way. So I think that number one is that we need to start by asking, what can we give more than what we can get? And number two is that we need to involve God in the process and not just come up with some random good ideas, but say, God, what is it that you really want us to do as a people working together? And I think the last thing is it should produce something that's meaningful. It should produce something that lasts. And I think that's so important when we come into networking. It's not about just idea tossing around. It's like, how can we leave a mark with the influence that God has given us? How can we leverage that influence for his glory, for his honor, and for his name? And I think as we do that, he'll be glorified in all of our communication. He'll be glorified in everything that we do. He'll be glorified in us as we're satisfied in him. And I just want to challenge you, get out involved, meet somebody locally, create a network of local kids pastors, and get together, pray for each other, encourage each other in the Lord, and online, get involved. There's so many options with social media, with cloud technology. There's so many things that you can do where we can build things together, and using the tools that are available to us, we can build something that can help this generation and the generations to come. So I want to challenge you: get out there, network, encourage each other, and most of all, glorify God with everything you do. Thanks.